Hey guys, Happy New Year. In just a couple hours, it's going to be 2025. I'm super excited to spend the holiday with you guys. I know it's a little crazy, or it seems a little crazy that I'm filming on a holiday, but you know what? When you love what you do and when you have visibly seen that what you do adds value to people's lives and makes people happier, it doesn't really feel like work. Of course, there are things that are like work, like editing and dragging the equipment around and all that, but it's all worth it in the end. So here I am. I want to spend New Year's Eve with you guys and do a video that I know is very needed in this world. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Keira Kang, founder of Modern Pianista. On this channel, we discuss all things regarding artistry, entrepreneurship, and music education. So I began learning piano when I was 4 years old. I was very privileged in that my mom made me take piano lessons ever since I was a child. And I didn't appreciate it at the time, but if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today. So because I began at the age of 4, I don't recall learning my white keys or even understanding the struggle of it. It's like not remembering how you learned the alphabet, like you just are a native English speaker, right? But I understand that not everyone is privileged enough to have that experience of private lessons and starting at a young age. And I've taught many young pianists how to learn their white keys. And it's not something that I enjoy teaching, to be honest, because it's very basic and the things that I enjoy teaching are so much more advanced. But my own cousin has asked me for this video, so shout out to you, Phil. This video is for you. So my advice to those of you that are trying to learn your white keys on the piano for the first time is to go about it with a childlike enthusiasm. Learning has to be fun in order for it to be memorable. In order for it to actually permeate your brain, you need to have a good time while you're doing it. A lot of times as we are growing up, we just tend to memorize things as information. And that takes a lot longer to remember than if you were to just have a good time. So the way I teach my white keys is by incorporating rhythm, using your sustain pedal, and using the entire keyboard. You have to play around with your lows and your mids and your highs and hit it a few times, just the way that you feel like banging on some pots and pans when you're a kid. A lot of times teachers keep their students in the very middle and they put stickers on the piano. I hate it when you put stickers on the piano. Do not do this. I beg you, please do not put stickers on the piano. So when you're looking at the piano for the very first time and you've never learned your white keys before, I could imagine that it's a little bit overwhelming and a little confusing. I want to show you the best way to learn your white keys quickly. And like I said, it's about incorporating childlike enthusiasm and having a good time. There's a lot of products like this out there where you can put stickers on your piano keys. I highly recommend not doing this. It's a crutch. It will take longer to do it. Putting in the time and the effort is much faster and much more fun. If you can learn 26 letters of the English alphabet, I promise you, you can learn 7 white keys. All right, so first off, you want to look at the piano from the black keys. So we have a group of 2 black keys. At the beginning of every 2 black keys, go ahead and hit those 2 black keys. Get acclimated with the piano. Don't be afraid to touch it. Okay, so at the beginning of these 2 black keys is the note C. And again, I want you to hit it a few times, holding your sustain pedal down with your foot. That's your far right pedal if you have 3 pedals. And the very last note of your piano is also C. Okay? So I want to associate these 7 white keys with animals. I'm not going to treat you any different than I treat my 5-year-olds because you know what? It's fun learning like a 5-year-old. And when you have fun, you remember things. So again, we have cat at the beginning of every 2 black keys. So notice I'm hitting it a few times, okay? Now I want you to get so comfortable with this that you can go in and out of order. You can have fun with it. At the same time, maybe. Right? So remember when you're a little kid and you just bang on stuff, you bang on the pots and pans and you sing at the top of your lungs, you dance like no one's watching, like that famous quote is, right? That's how you have to be when you learn these 7 white keys. Putting a sticker on here and trying to memorize it, yeah, sure, you can do that, but that's not fun. Being able to just do things like this, that's fun, okay? So at the beginning of every 2 black keys, we have our note C. They are numbered, right? Our 4th C, our 4th cat on the piano, it typically lines up with the piano logo. I don't think you can probably see it from this view, but it typically lines up with the piano's manufacturing logo. This is called middle C, okay? So that's your first note that you'll ever learn, how to play on the piano, how to read. This is C position, when your thumb is on C and your pinky is on C. Or middle C position, where your thumbs are sharing middle C, C4, okay? So we're just gonna learn our cats first. Now let's move on to our fish, which is at the beginning of every 3 black keys. So again, getting acclimated with the piano, I want you to play around and hit all 3 black keys, starting from the bottom. It's not a waste of time to have fun, okay? I'm using fingers 2, 3, 4. Okay, at the beginning of every 3 black keys, we have the note F. Hit it a few times. I call this fish. Okay, again, go in and out of order. Get fast at it. Get fast at finding it. Okay? So this isn't going to happen overnight. It might take a few weeks, but, you know, just repeating it and finding it all over the piano, in order, out of order, from low to middle to high, from high to middle to low, using rhythm, using your sustain pedal, it's going to be a lot faster and a lot more fun. So now we have some markers. Our markers are cat and fish. Okay? So we have cat and fish. To get to the next cat, we have these notes in between. So I typically like to start with cat and fish, and then I teach the ends. I don't teach them in order because I like to target the black keys as markers. So at the end of the 2 black keys, we have elephant, cat and elephant, okay? So go ahead and find all your elephants on the piano at the end of 2 black keys. So we have cat, we have fish, and we have elephant. Now let's go at the end of the 3 black keys, which is bear, B for bear. So again, we have cat, we have fish, we have elephant, and I'm gonna add bear. Okay, so give me every bear on the piano. And this note right here is also bear. This is part of the 3 black keys. It gets cut off. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I know how to play the piano. I did not invent the piano. I do not know why. This is bear. Okay? So we have cat, we have fish, we have elephant, we have bear. That sounds really dissonant. It sounds kind of cool. Okay, anyway, I digress. So that's me being playful as a kid, as a creative, and that's what I want you to do. Cat, fish, elephant, bear. So now we just have 3 white keys to fill in. That's it. Just 3. Okay, let's go for the middle. Right here, we've got dog. Your dogs. Your dogs are in between the two black keys. Okay, give me every dog on the piano. Okay, again, we have cat, fish, elephant, bear, dog. Okay, so these two people get confused pretty quickly or often, which is understandable because they're right next to each other and they're in between fish and bear. So we have giraffe and alligator. Okay, let's start with giraffe. So give me every giraffe. It's right next to fish. Giraffe. Okay, take some time. Like I said, I'm gonna need you to play like a kid and stop memorizing like an adult. You know what? Give me octaves. All right. Last note. We've only got one more. So cat, fish, elephant, bear, dog, giraffe. What's left is alligator. Okay, give me every alligator. And the very last note of the piano is also alligator. All right? So, to review, these are your 7 white keys. Cat at the beginning of every 2 black keys. Fish at the beginning of every 3 black keys. Elephant at the end of 2 black keys. Bear at the end of 3 black keys. Then we have dog in between the 2 black keys. Okay, we have giraffe and alligator in between the 3 black keys. Giraffe and alligator. Again, like I said, the whole point is to have fun. Go up and down the piano using rhythm, using your sustain pedal. Go for octaves. Do whatever you need to do to memorize this in a fun way and be playful with it. If you're putting stickers on here, if you're just memorizing, it's going to take forever and it's going to feel so academic. You need to have a good time. When you feel comfortable with single white keys, then it's time to move on to chord recognition. You've mastered note recognition, and then I move my students on to chord recognition. Chord recognition is this, where you can find your C chord. So it's cat, elephant, giraffe, okay? So chords are not going to sound good down here, right? As you can see, the notes and the pitches are so muddled, you can't even tell the tones apart. So you kind of want to stay around here at the very lowest. But anyway, that's chord recognition. Once you get the note recognition down, you can start with chords. Again, you can do it more than once. Okay, and doing this out of order, let's get our fish chord, F chord. Right? And then we have elephant. Okay, bear. Dog. Please play softly up here. It's very piercing if you don't. Thank you very much. Okay, so we did what? Cat, fish, elephant, bear, dog. Now we have giraffe, our G chord, good old G chord. And what's left is alligator, our A minor chord. Grow your chords too, you know? softer. Okay? Arpeggiate them too. So there's so many ways to play and get creative on the piano using stickers and memorizing. That is the most boring way you can approach the piano. Use your rhythm, use your sustain pedal, use octaves, use chord recognition, go in and out of order, use frequencies, play around with your lows, your mids, your highs. So many endless options that we forget about, and we make this so academic. Please don't do this to yourself, and teachers, don't do this to your students. This is how I teach my white keys, and I have my students do this for the first month or two. If I see my students once a week, it usually only takes a month, which is 4 lessons. 4 lessons at 30 minutes each for the young kids, and they've got it like that, okay? This is the quickest way and the most fun way to learn your white keys. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.